One wrong word at a traffic stop while you're carrying concealed, and you can be staring at felony charges, even if you honestly believed you were following the law. Today, I'm breaking down the 4 exact lines that can keep you out of handcuffs, out of lawsuits, and keep you from losing your gun rights for good. By the end of this video, you'll have a word-for-word script you can actually say out loud. That helps keep you legal and protected during any police encounter. Right now, gun owners are getting arrested during routine traffic stops, not because they're criminals, because they don't know what to say, or worse, they say too much. Last year alone, dozens of legal carriers ended up in court because of 5 seconds of bad word choice. This is happening to law-abiding gun owners just like you, and I'm going to make sure it doesn't happen to you. Word 1, I'm not sure, officer. Your first critical line shows up the moment the officer asks, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" That's a trap question. It's designed to get you to admit guilt before they even tell you what they claim you did wrong. Speeding, rolling a stop sign, touching your phone. They want you to confess. Here's what most gun owners do wrong. They start explaining, justifying, or admitting. I was going a little fast. I might have rolled through that stop. I was just checking my GPS. Every one of those statements is an admission, and it can be used against you in court. And it will be. Under traffic law in every state, anything you say can and will be written down in the officer's report. That report becomes evidence if you fight the ticket, or if the stop escalates. And if you're carrying concealed and the interaction goes sideways, your own words become ammunition for a prosecutor. I've seen permits revoked because a stop escalated after someone talked too much. One wrong statement, especially when you're nervous because you're armed, can turn a $150 speeding ticket into a $10,000 legal nightmare. In some states, if you're carrying and the officer decides you're uncooperative or suspicious because you're rambling, they can extend the stop, search your vehicle, or even arrest you, all because they found some technical violation. So here's your first line, word for word. "I'm not sure, officer," or simply, "No, officer." That's it. Nothing more. Don't explain. Don't guess. Don't volunteer. This response is respectful, non-confrontational, and it doesn't hand them evidence. You're not being rude. You're not being difficult. You're just not incriminating yourself. But here's where people mess up the second part of the interaction, and it's even more dangerous when you're armed. Word 2, "My license is in my wallet. I'm reaching for it now." The second critical line comes when the officer asks for your license and registration. This is where concealed carriers get into serious trouble, and I've seen it end in arrest more times than I can count. The mistake is simple, moving, without narrating. Picture this. You're carrying concealed. The officer asks for documents. You reach toward the glove box, or your back pocket, and you don't say a word. In that split second, the officer doesn't know if you're reaching for paperwork or reaching for a weapon. Even with a valid permit, one furtive motion can turn a traffic stop into a felony stop, with guns drawn. Under the Fourth Amendment, officers can try to justify searches and arrests based on furtive movements. If you reach without explanation and the officer claims suspicious motion, they can order you out, pat you down, search the car, and arrest you if they find any technical error. If they discover you're armed and claim you made them feel threatened, you could face charges ranging from disorderly conduct to brandishing. In duty to inform states, failing to notify while making sudden movements can cost you your permit. I've seen legal carriers charged with felony menacing because they reached for a wallet too quickly. So here's your second line, non-negotiable. Before you move a muscle, say, "Yes, officer, my license is in my wallet in my back pocket. I'm reaching for it now." Then move slowly. When you need the registration, say, "My registration is in the glove box. I'll get that for you next." Then reach. Every motion gets announced. That removes the furtive movement claim, shows respect, and keeps the encounter calm. After you hand over the documents, both hands go back on the wheel. Visible. Still calm. Word 3, "I do not consent to searches." The third critical line protects your firearm, your vehicle, and your freedom. Say it like this. "I do not consent to searches." Here's the setup. The officer has your documents. They ran your info. Now they're fishing. Where are you headed? You don't have anything illegal in the car, do you? Most people say, no. Then the officer says, well, if there's nothing illegal, you wouldn't mind if I take a quick look, right? That's a trap. They don't have probable cause. If they did, they'd already be searching. By asking, they're trying to get you to waive your Fourth Amendment rights. Once you consent, they can tear apart your car. And anything they find, even legal stuff that just looks odd, can turn into an arrest. For gun owners, this is deadly. A magazine that's legal here, but banned 30 miles away. Ammo stored 1 inch wrong. A knife that's fine in your county, but becomes a weapon charge in the next. Even if everything is legal, the search extends the stop, raises tension, and breeds misunderstandings. In some jurisdictions, if they find any firearm-related item and claim it violates a local ordinance you never even heard of, you can be charged with illegal possession. That can range from a $1,000 misdemeanor all the way up to a felony with prison time. I've seen permits pulled because a consensual search revealed a handgun tucked under a napkin instead of being in a locked case. So here's your third line. Say it exactly. I do not consent to searches. Not no. Not I guess. Not yeah, whatever. Ambiguity equals consent in court. If they press you with, why not? What are you hiding? Repeat it. I do not consent to searches. Don't explain. Don't justify. Don't get defensive. That puts the burden back on them. Get a warrant or develop real probable cause. Most times they won't, and the stop ends. But if they keep you there for 20, 30, 40 minutes while they wait for backup or run more checks, you need the fourth line. Word 4, am I free to leave? This question protects you from illegal detention. Once the ticket or warning is written, the traffic stop is legally over. Under Rodriguez versus United States, any extension beyond the time needed for the original violation is an illegal seizure, unless the officer has reasonable suspicion of a new crime. Yet most officers won't tell you you're free to go. They'll keep chatting, hoping you'll slip. For gun owners, extra minutes equal extra risk. You might nervously mention your pistol, or they might spot a range bag and use that as an excuse to dig deeper. If you stay past the lawful end and they later claim suspicion based on your answers, they can search you, pat you down, even arrest you. I've seen legal carriers detained for an hour, talking themselves into charges. Everything from illegal possession to intent to commit a crime, all because they never asked if they could leave. So here's your fourth line. Officer, am I free to leave? This forces a legal decision. Either yes, you take your documents and go, or they must articulate specific facts that justify keeping you there. If they say, just a few more minutes, politely repeat, I understand, but am I being detained or am I free to leave? That's your escape hatch. If they hold you without real suspicion, evidence found afterward can be thrown out, and most officers won't risk that on camera. Bonus line. If they do detain you, if they say, no, you can't leave, and they start pressing for answers, immediately say, I'm going to remain silent, and I want a lawyer. Then shut up. Every word after that can bury you. Stay silent. Wait for counsel. Let the attorney fight it out. Quick recap. 1. I'm not sure, officer. Protects you from admitting guilt. 2. My license is in my wallet. I'm reaching for it now. Prevents furtive movement claims. 3. I do not consent to searches. Shields your Fourth Amendment rights. 4. Am I free to leave? Ends unlawful detention. Any one of these mistakes, talking too much, moving without narrating, consenting to a search, or staying past the lawful end can cost you thousands, your permit, or your freedom. Memorize the 4 lines, practice them, and carry with confidence. Hit that like and subscribe button and help us reach our amazing 1,000 subscriber milestone. Every single subscriber matters. Your support is what makes this journey possible.